Hello everyone, Fratferno here, and I'm starting off with another intro, a different intro. I already had the intro with my father passing, for the beginning of this, but now the commentary is going to change, but I'll explain that in a minute. First off, I got a different character here. With a lot of help, I did get to beat the final boss here in the Imperial Sanction, protecting Emperor Kisu from the final boss of the game. And I got my spirits skills, my elite skill to help me make up these spirits that are very helpful, and then get more energy and make this one to protect the team, and then this to heal up anyone who happens to start to lose a lot of health. And then this character, this hero, has an assassin skill to run into enemies to start attacking them with this. So the thing about this series, the rest of the series, first off, Frightferno, the name of my character, is based on fright, right? You could be afraid of these spirits, right? They're attacking you, and it's very spooky. And also there's ashes, like the Sungrai, as I think you might have noticed already. That could be spooky, you could say. And also Inferno, right? Fire magic and such. And I'm going to focus on fire magic, especially with a skill we're going to get eventually, pretty soon, at some point in this. Emperor, I know you're bored, but I gotta get through this. So anyway, I'm going to be quoting from someone who you might find who is controversial. You might not like it first. But I'm going to be reading from quotations from Chairman Mao. I know his leadership has a really bad reputation, but I think he had the right idea, the right motives, the right, shall we say, spirit in what he said and what he wrote. So I hope you listen up. I hope you watch up. I hope you enjoy the rest of the series of that. I think if you really get into it, I think you will enjoy it. So there's that. Enjoy. Hello everyone, Fratferno here, and now I'm doing post commentary. I recorded the game, and I am now recording my voice. Hopefully my voice is not too loud. I'm in a space where I'm a bit close. I was a bit close to the microphone. I hope that wasn't too loud. The reason why I'm doing this post commentary is, well, partly because I could get kind of angry at moments like that where the whole team dies in like 10 seconds. I also just had lunch. I have I have a limited time to record all this, but I happen to do that. Got my title, Drunkard. Proud of that. Let me see. Is anyone getting into the mission? No. I guess not. There's just some people in a group together just hanging out. We're already up to everyone being at level 6. What? I'm at 6. Okay, cool. And got my Ritualist secondary profession. That's the fright part of Frightferno. Although I'm not really going to use a lot of spirits in this playthrough. Not very often. I'll make one or two on occasion. But you'll see this Generous Sungrai, number 8 spot with the guy looking at you. That's going to be very useful. Armor of Earth I have. That's going to be great. Gonna slow things down. Oh, I forgot to do something here. Gotta sell something at the merchant, some stuff. Because as I showed you, I went through the mission, like most of the mission, maybe like 90% of it, and I died. So yeah, now I have space. I got some coins from that. That's nice. Now we're good to go. Speaking of going, I'm going to go ahead and do something you might find a bit odd. Probably would. I'm going to read an excerpt from quotations from Chairman Mao Zedong. Because, this region, Kantha, is inspired by China. And of course, what better point to read through this than than to read it in an estate, some kind of big plantation or whatever, or some big mansion whole thing from someone very rich. The very idealized version of such a thing, I imagine. So let's get to it. So Lin Piao, who's probably some government officials, said, "Study Chairman Mao's writings, follow his teachings, and act according to his instructions." I guess Lin is his apprentice or something. It's funny that it doesn't mention follow what he does, what Mao did, because I don't know if that was if his decisions. I'm skeptical of his decisions, but his writings are very clarifying, very smart. Lin begins the foreword with saying, Comrade Mao Zedong is the greatest Marxist-Leninist of our era. He has inherited, defended, and developed Marxism-Leninism with genius, creativity, and comprehensively, and has comprehensivity, maybe? The language here, adverbs and verbs and adjectives kind of messed up here, has brought it to a higher and completely new stage. I'm gonna skip this part. Let's get to the meat of this. There's several sections, so I'll try to read them in order. The force at our core is leading our cause forward is the Chinese Communist Party. The theoretical basis guiding our thinking is Marxism-Leninism, which I'm not super fond of. But let's see if we can all learn to appreciate such a thing more. Because if you ask me, the kind of ordinary capitalism is not doesn't really work out, as I imagine some of these quotes we'll get into. So this quote was from 1954. If there is to be revolution, there must be a revolutionary party. Without a revolutionary party, without a party built on the Marxist-Leninist revolutionary theory and in the Marxist-Leninist revolutionary style, it is impossible to lead the working class and the broad masses of the people in defeating imperialism and its running dogs. 1948. Without the efforts of the Chinese Communist Party, without the Chinese Communists as the mainstay of the Chinese people, China can never achieve independence and liberation, or industrialization and the modernization of her agriculture. In 1945. So, at that point, World War II had just ended. The nationalists had won; they were prominent, and then this Chinese Communist Party eventually succeeded them, defeated them somehow, and took power, for better and I guess eventually for worse, sooner or later. So the Chinese Communist Party is the core of leadership of the whole Chinese people. Without its core, the cause of socialism cannot be victorious. 1957. A well-disciplined, now we're talking. A well-disciplined party, armed with the theory of Marxism-Leninism, using the method of self-criticism, and linked with the masses of the people. An army under the leadership of such a party, a united front of all revolutionary classes and all revolutionary groups under the leadership of such a party. These are the three main weapons which have defeated the enemy. This is from 1949. So I guess by then that victory had happened by 1949. World War II must have really left the other party, the other major group, rather weakened, and they were driven out into Taiwan, and and all the other Chinese people organized as supposedly in a different way. We must have faith in the masses, and we must have faith in the party. These are two cardinal principles. If we doubt these principles, we shall accomplish nothing. So, okay, let me talk about the game for a moment. Most of the enemies here are just sickened guards, and they're just straight up like aggressive warrior type characters. Let's see, I'm gonna get some health back from this generous Sungrai item, just in case I get attacked a bunch of times. Armed with Marxist-Leninist theory and ideology, the Communist Party of China has brought a new style of work to the Chinese people. A style of work which essentially entails integrating theory with practice, forging close links with the masses, and practicing self-criticism. Okay, mentioning self-criticism again, 1945. No political party can possibly lead a great revolutionary movement to victory unless it possesses revolutionary theory and a knowledge of history and has a profound grasp of the practical movement. 1938. Oh, that's an old one. As we used to say, the rectification movement is a widespread movement of Marxist education. Rectification means the whole party studying Marxism through criticism and self-criticism. We can certainly learn more about Marxism in the course of the rectification movement. 1957. It is an arduous task to ensure a better life for the several 100 million people of China and to build our economically and culturally backward country into a prosperous and powerful one with a high level of culture. And it is precisely in order to be able to shoulder this task more competently and work better together. Oh, I just got a level, that's why I stopped. With all non-party people who are actuated by, continuing. And it is precisely in order to be able to shoulder this task more competently and work better together with all non-party people who are actuated by high ideals and determined to institute reforms that we must conduct rectification movements both now and in the future, and constantly rid ourselves of whatever is wrong. This is Ibid. I guess Ibid they don't really know. The collector of these speeches doesn't really know exactly when that happened. Okay. Policy is the starting point of all the practical actions of a revolutionary party, and manifests itself in the process and the end result of that party's actions. A revolutionary party is carrying out a policy whenever it takes any action. If it is not carrying out a correct policy, it is carrying out a wrong policy. If it is not carrying out a given policy consciously, it is doing so blindly. What we call experience is the process and end result of carrying out a policy. Only through the practice of the people, that is, through experience, can we verify whether a policy is correct or wrong, and determine to what extent it is correct or wrong. But people's practice, especially the practice of a revolutionary party and the revolutionary masses, cannot be but bound up with one policy or another. Therefore, before any action is taken, we must explain the policy, which we have formulated in the light of the given circumstances, to party members and to the masses. Otherwise, party members and the masses will depart from the guidance of our policy, act blindly, and carry out a wrong policy. Okay, so that really ties it all together from 1948. A bit vague, but it's the principle matters. We got some animals here. They've really been afflicted. They all got mad. You'll see that the sickness that's affecting all these eventually throughout the game gets worse, turning well, you'll see what happens to humans and monsters, or humans and animals throughout the game. Although I doubt I'll really show a whole lot. I'll probably get to the mainland, but yeah, there's only so much I can get to without getting tired of the game, I guess. Our party, okay, reading again. Our party has laid down the general line and general policy of the Chinese Revolution, as well as various specific lines for work and specific policies. However, while many comrades remember our party's specific lines for work and specific policies, they often forget its general line and general policy. If we actually forget the party's general line and general policy, then we shall be blind, half-baked, muddle-headed revolutionaries. And when we carry out a specific line for work and a specific policy, we shall lose our bearings and vacillate now to the left and now to the right, and the work shall suffer. 1948. Oh, I died. But, I don't know how I resurrected with so much health. Okay, I gotta run away. Get away from the people trying to kill me. Oh no, my healer died. I think I'm not sure how I got. Oh, I got my spirit henchman must have revived me. I think he has flesh of my flesh, the skill you can get later on. You remove half of your health and you give that half to someone who had died, but can be resurrected, you know. Okay. Reading. Policy and tactics are the life of the party. Leading comrades at all levels must give them full attention and must never on any account be negligent. 1948. Okay. Let's see how long the next segment is. Ooh, it's actually really long. Yeah, I'm gonna focus on the game now. I swear the lessons, the quotations are going to be more relevant, more deliberate, I'd say, more a little less vague, you know. Oh, I think we're back at the place where I died before, and there's resurrect. So this is the monk skill. Monks are the original healing party. You see those spells coming out. Horizon of Healing is like the original healing spell. Or like it's like one that it's like straight up, it just heals and that's it. But it does recharge quickly, which is nice. And this is what I was referring to. Yes, Factions has a horror element to it. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, monk and ritualist. Ritualist kind of goes into healing, but there's more of an emphasis on like the spirit I have, pain, for example, to deal a little damage with its attacks. But monk is like has two attributes focused on healing. Well, kind of three, but the third one doesn't have a lot of skills. So you really healing or protection. And we have this going on. Fighting, which is gonna mess up the way this looks.
May the convoys carry you swiftly on to the gates of everlasting paradise. Rest easy in the mists, my old friend. Come out, little one. It is all right. You're safe now. Do you know who I am?
You are Master Togo.
Ah, I can see you are a very smart little boy. But tell me, what brings you tears?
I had a bad dream.
A bad dream? Tell me what sort of dream could cause such tears.
The wind blew the leaves from the trees. And the animals in the zoo all became scared. The animals, they were always very tame. But something in my dream made them angry. And they started hurting everyone. Then the people got angry too. And they started to hurt each other. Minister Cho, he was the most angry of all. And he turned into a big angry monster.
Where are your parents, little one?
My mother died when I was very little. I do not remember her much.
And your father?
He is guarding the gate. Master Togo, you do not think he will be angry like Minister Cho, do you?
No, little one. I do not think you will be angry at all. In fact, I think you'll be very happy when he sees you. I will see that our little friend here makes it back to his father. Go find Aang the Ephemeral and tell him what we have found here. He will be most interested.
Okay, let me turning on my microphone back. So that was Minister Cho's estate. A rather kind of a dangerous first mission. Like some missions, Nightfall, the other, the third campaign of this game, this RPG. It starts off with a mission, so the mission is way easier, and maybe the second mission is in that game. I don't really remember. I kind of played it recently, but I don't know. Ooh, I can get some much better armor. That's good. You're gonna need a full set if you're gonna want to avoid damage from like at any time. Otherwise, there's a chance that you'll get hit in the chest, and a chance you'll get hit in the face. There's a chance that you'll get hit in the legs, or even the boots. Luckily, in the beginning of the game, it's really cheap to get armor. You can easily afford it, even if you have to buy yourself some bolts of cloth and such. But I have some in my chest. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, there we go. You gotta buy that. It's cheap, but something you gotta do for every new character. And you know me, as you have seen, I have quite a lot of characters. I'm gonna get to this quest later on. I've recorded that already. I've recorded up to the second mission of this game, of this campaign. No, oh boy, I'm worried about that. The missions really get tough. Like, there's one that I tried to get master rank, as I did here. You know, you go through the mission quickly, I guess, and you get that. But, or you just, I think there's one mission where you have to get, you have to save a bunch of turtles, little baby turtles, and those are really tough because anything could happen. Anyone could die. I tried that like 5 times. I even got halfway through, and they all just died on me, or half of them died, and I couldn't keep going, because I wanted to get master. But you know what? That's fine. I don't think I can beat the final boss. Well, maybe I can with a lot of effort, but yeah, this game gets tough. Even if you got a full team, even if you got heroes, which you can get from the Nightfall expansion, campaign, and Eye of the North expansion.